welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be continuing with our SYNASTRY series. The SYNASTRY overlay that we'll be talking about today is having your sun in your partner's 11th house. Yes, but first we just want to remind you to please be sure to hit the like button if you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you can, please do share the video because that really helps the channel as well. So without further ado, let's get into this video. This is a very friendly and non-judgmental SYNASTRY overlay to have. It's great because both partners can truly just be themselves in this connection, you know, without any judgments. Usually these partners actually start out as just friends first for a pretty long time before the connection becomes more romantic. So naturally, these two partners treat each other very much like buddies. You know, they don't have to try too hard. They're just so relaxed, and it's such a nice and easy and relaxed vibe that these two partners have with each other. So the 11th house is ruled by the futuristic humanitarian air sign Aquarius. So the planet that traditionally rules over the sign is the planet of Saturn. However, the modern day ruler of the sign is quirky planet Uranus. Uranus is that planet in the solar system that's tilted to its side, which is very appropriate for this overlay, and also the sign of Aquarius, which is known to be quite unconventional. You know, it's different. It's not your typical kind of relationship. There's a feeling of unconventionality. It's very friendly and fun and just quirky and silly and, you know, different. So the 11th house is a house that is generally associated with community, friendship, and hopes and wishes. Given that the 11th house is the house of friendships, it's easy to understand why this overlay would have such an emphasis on friendship. It usually starts out with the sun person just really liking the house person's vibe. You know, the sun person regards the house person as just being someone who's a great buddy to chill with, and these two partners just get along really well with no problems. It's just an easy vibe. It's really easy for these two partners to just get comfortable with each other, you know, because they just accept each other for who they are. There's a lot of freedom in this relationship. These two partners are very free to just be super silly and weird together. There's really no pressure here, and there's no putting on a show, you know. None of them are trying too hard to impress each other, you know. The connection is pretty low maintenance, you know, and they just vibe and enjoy each other's company and go with the flow, and they enjoy each other almost kind of casually, you know. In fact, this is one of those connections or overlays that could cause for a nice contributor for a friends with benefits type of relationship, you know, because the relationship tends to just be so casual and no pressure. You know, a really nice thing about the SYNASTRY overlay is in how these two partners really do support one another, and they do genuinely believe in each other's potential in achieving their biggest and even wildest dreams. Another great thing about this overlay is in how the friendship between these two people just never dies with this overlay. So no matter how serious a relationship gets, these two partners with the synastry overlay usually always view and treat each other as friends first. As a couple, these two partners might be the ones who generally like to involve themselves in community projects, and they generally like aiding humanitarian efforts and projects together. It's also important to remember that Aquarius is not a sign that's known to be very emotional. Similarly, I'd say that one drawback for this, having the synastry overlay, is that it's not a very emotional overlay to have with someone. Because of this, starting an emotional connection or creating an emotional connection in a romantic context might be a little bit more difficult with this overlay, unless of course there are other aspects in the synastry chart to support that. And also it's possible that this connection might be just a little bit too platonic to progress into something that's more romantic. The worst case scenario that could happen with this synastry overlay is in the case where the two partners find themselves not being on the same page. And what could happen is that one partner could end up getting put into the friend zone, and they would have to settle for just a platonic relationship when they actually might have wanted something more romantic from this connection. Well, there you have it. That's our interpretation of having your sun in your partner's 11th house. So, please tell us what you think of our interpretation down below. Do you have the synastry overlay with someone? How does it work out for you? Are you the sun person or are you the house person? We'd love to hear from you. Yes. And also stay tuned for our next video where we'll be talking about having your sun in your partner's 12th house. And if you like this video, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And share the video if you can, because that really helps the channel. Anyway, have a good one. Bye. Bye.